Grand Rising Loves. This is the Ultra Spread for the collective today. I know you're looking at it and some things look familiar because all of these cards have shown up in past collective spreads. I'm going to do my best to say things differently so that you get this shit though. So the calm within, this normally shows up upright, right? And it's always a call to connect with self. It's got the golden spirals, and it's about finding the peace within. That peace always begins within. But it showed up in the reverse today. And what it's saying is you are completely surrounded by chaos, to the point where it feels like your reality is going to destruct. And that's pretty accurate right now because everyone is getting the shakedown. Most especially if you are not aligned, things are being corrected. And so this is where you have to seriously pause, try to get a higher perspective, and really, really be honest. Is this where I belong? Is this where I desire to be? Is this my path? Is this my purpose? Is this my partner? And be fucking honest. Because if you are ever confused, you are being someone else's version of you. You are worried about judgments and outcomes. When you are fully aligned, you are completely guided by spirit because you planned everything before you came here. And so your soul is already embedded with the birthright of the wisdom for this human experience. And so you already do know what you really, really desire. And that's why you're confused, because there becomes this internal battle of the fake you, the fraud, battling the authentic you. And so what is the fear that keeps people living a lie? It's always about love. I want to still be lovable. I want to be lovable. Here's the thing. If you believe that if you spoke your ultimate truth, the person or persons, whether this is a work environment, a friend environment, or an intimate relationship, if you believe that they would leave, that is their right. And it is also not meant for you. Because whatever is meant for you, you will have. And so part of the ego is attachment to things and people. And that is illness. That perpetuates pain and suffering and duality and insanity, and it is contributing to the chaos. Please understand this on the very basic level. If any of that resonates with you, you are contributing to the chaos of the collective. You are not contributing to the harmony of the collective. Our purpose in the human experience is to return to unity consciousness. That is not unity consciousness. Plain and simple. The serpent showed up, and so last time it showed up in the reverse, telling you that you're still carrying around that old dead skin that you shed. So let go of the past so that you can free yourself. So now it's in the upright. Yay. And so little minute changes like that are important. So letting go of the past is important. So the serpent showing up again upright talks about the awakening passion within you. And the awakening passion is your authentic self. Passion always comes from authentic self. It doesn't come from someone else's version of you. Literally portraying someone else's version of you lacks passion because it's not aligned. So when you are aligned, that's how all of the vibration increases. It increases your sexual and sensual energy of creation. So whether you're birthing a human or not, that sexual energy is about creating. And so that feeds into the fires of directive energy. That's passion. Passion is what drives us. And so Serpent showing in the upright talks about the awakening of that passion. The awakening of the passion, if you are a fraud, will feel sick. Instead of being exciting and powerful like the propelling of a speedboat through beautiful smooth waters, it'll be more like the churning of a tsunami because there's a battle happening. There's a battle happening between the fake you and the authentic you, and the universe shaking it all down so that you come correct. So this is very cohesive. And again, I cannot believe this showed up again. I'm telling you. I mean, Janaea was even surprised here sitting at my altar with me yesterday, and I showed her, I was like, look, I know you recognize this card. It shows up all the time, but you see how thick this deck is. You saw how I shuffled it. You saw how I chose my card, put it back in the deck, and then shuffled again many times for the collective, and it keeps showing up for the collective. So I'm trying to think, like, how else can I express this? So if you remember days back, I shared texts about me expressing my how I was hurt with a gentleman recently. And so I wanted to show you how that comes down, how you get into your heart out of your head. Now, when you feel an impending rejection, like how he right away was like talking me up to say, like, basically that he used me, because every single time that we have gone apart and not talked, he's the one that seeks me. It doesn't happen the other way around. It never happens the other way around. And so to, again, build me up to cut me off, it's just not okay for it to keep happening. So I had to say something. I had to express my heart, but not react from a place of trauma or from trauma, basically, because rejection, abandonment can really trigger those super old wounds that I have because of my dad, when my dad left at 6, right? So that's abandonment. And so with him talking about his daughter and all of that, especially when he went in to say that I couldn't give him children, instead of addressing all of my questions, like, why do you keep coming back? And because that was heart-centered. I was expressing my my hurt, my heart. I was expressing all of that and telling him how I felt and how I was in my highest integrity. And I didn't say you weren't in your highest integrity, but I showed him all the ways that I was, which is heart-centered because I'm not attacking him. So when you express yourself from your heart, it never attacks. It never attacks because it is from the heart. And you can see all sides because you see everyone as you see yourself. So I could see that. But the trauma was feeling rejected, right? But I was like, no, that he has nothing to do with this, right? So psychically, I know he won't be having another child. But if I was to express that, that would most definitely be from ego, because it would be trying to injure him. That's not okay. And it's not my place to rain on his parade. It's not my place to do that. So he will eventually live that reality and see that transpired for him. I also know that if that comment was made because I am older, because I am more than a decade older than him, I also know it to be a truth that I will always age slower than him and any partner he will ever have. So if he comes a decade or even 2 decades later, he will have aged twice as fast as I have. And that's just a simple fact. And it's not a lie. It's the truth. So I could still be in my highest integrity, but it would be injurious. So I wouldn't say that because it's really not coming from my heart. Even though it's true, it wasn't from my heart. What my heart was feeling in that was hurt. And so I had to go to that place to express myself. I wasn't going to say, you're going to be old as fuck, you're not going to have children, because that would be me trying to hurt him. Even though it's true, it wouldn't be okay. I hope you're seeing the difference, because me expressing my true feels is speaking my heart. And what am I teaching him about myself? I'm teaching him that I'm hurt. I'm also teaching him that it wasn't okay. I'm creating a boundary now. It's not okay to keep doing this to me. And it's also not okay to use this as an excuse. And it wasn't okay to take the route of being mean. And so, yes, he showed up again. Surprise, surprise. and I did not have him on anything to contact me. So, of course, he showed up at my house. And I said, I'm very angry. I am so mad. Because you could have said anything and you chose to be mean, when I've never been anything other than loving and kind. And that's true. So even when I expressed my heart and that hurt, and I was asking him, like, why are you doing this? It was questions. It was all posed as questions. I didn't attack him in any of that. I was never cruel. And even used his own words with him. The conversation we had was, I want children, and there's guys that have 6 babies by 6 baby mamas. And he's like, I don't want to do that, but I could adopt, right? So that's beautiful. What's the conversation? The conversation was really to manipulate me, that it was okay to be with me because this could occur. And so when he said that to be cruel in the text, my response was, oh, okay, so the 6 babies by 6 baby mamas, which are his own words, it sounds desirable now. And that's okay. But that wasn't attacking him. Those were his own, very own words. And hopefully he reflected on the conversation, and obviously he had, otherwise he wouldn't have showed up at my door. But there's that. And I had to create boundaries around that. Like, no, it's not even okay for you to show up like this. And that's speaking your heart, not your ego. So I knew, even if it was the truth, even though it's the truth, don't speak it, right? And because it wasn't important for me to say those things to him. But it is always important to share the truth if you were holding someone captive to a lie. Okay? So there is no reason for me to share that truth with him. There was absolutely no reason to share that truth with him. Now, had we been together, living together, or even in a committed long-term marriage, I would have to share that with him. It would only be fair. If he was going to say, I'm leaving you because of this, say, okay, you can still leave. Because really, if you're going to leave about something like that or anything, it's all excuses. You just know that this isn't your place, and that's fine, right? So if you are holding someone captive to deceit, you're a fraud. So the person that is sharing space with you is doing that under the guise of the lies that you told them, not off of truth. And everyone should have that option. Everyone should have that option. And so just like him, if he wanted to be with many other women, he should have said that. Because there are some women that don't care about having dick marinated in multiple women. I do. And I should have that option. And that was actually why I cut him off the second time, because I could feel it. He didn't even say it. I just felt that there was some messiness happening. And so, I mean, there's that. And I should have that option. And I've had clients say, look, because of this, I shared the truth and I ended up being forgiven. And it floored me, because I had in my head this whole time making myself sick, holding this lie, thinking that was going to be the end all be all. But when I shared the truth, now it's free. The truth will always, always feel free. And that's how love should be. Everyone should have the option to stay or go based off of the truth. That's just it. So come correct with that. Now, Hyaka, Sorceress of Light, this talks about exactly what I said. Your destiny cannot be withheld from you. Whatever is meant for you, you will have. And so if something goes, it wasn't meant for you. And the ego is the one invested in attachment. The ego is that programming. That's someone else's version of you. That's not even the real you. So divinity, source, knows what's meant for you. And you, in your authentic self, really know what's meant for you. And so you have to surrender to that. You can't know. You can't say, I'm going to hold this person captive to my lies because I feel that this is what I want and this is what I need. No, you can't do that. So surrendering to that, and when you completely align, you will be guided by that force. You will be literally driven through the human experience so you can just watch it as if you're on some kind of scenic tour and you're just looking out the vehicle of your human body. You're just watching it all. And joy is what comes of that. Alignment brings love and joy. Those are the energies that are the grace of spirit when you are fully aligned. And so the calm within in reverse also tells you that seek help if you really don't. So seeking help, I am going to make an offer. If there is something that you need to express and you haven't been expressing it, then I invite you to contact me today only. Today is my day off. And I am in and out of, I have a massage today. I have acupuncture today. So if you do it early, good. And then I have breath work this afternoon. And I usually don't want to converse or socialize after that because I end my night like that. But if you have something that you need to express and you really don't know how to do it from the heart, please contact me. And you can do that through my website, divinityin.me. And I will help you. I will help you get into your heart and find the expression that you need. I will help you do that. through the authentic you. I'm not going to be giving you my words. I'm not going to be there like doing it for you. I will help guide you in how to do that for yourself. I am offering that. That is my gift. So that is the spread for today. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you feel you need to lie to be loved. And I'm sorry for the part of me that has created that in you. Please forgive me. Thank you.